The tallest building in the world is surrounded by desert and sea. The Burj Khalifa soars in a city that had fewer than 50,000 people in 1960, less than half the population of Somerville, Massachusetts then. In 50 years, Dubai's population has grown nearly 50-fold, and now that city has practically become synonymous with glittering oil wealth and high-tech urbanism. Through the 18th century, Dubai was essentially a remote fishing village, anchored by a creek that still divides the city into two halves, Daira and Bur Dubai. In the 19th century, Dubai broke away from the sheikdom of Abu Dhabi, but both became trucial states, emirates that were allied with Great Britain and ultimately part of a British protectorate that would last until 1971. The port of Dubai achieved modest success during the British era as a trading entrepot and occasional stopover for steamships traveling to and from India. Dubai's sheiks were always commerce-friendly, and they did their best to attract Indian and Iranian merchants. Dubai's most lustrous products were pearls, hunted along the coast for centuries, and their prices suffered with the introduction of cultured pearls in the middle of the 20th century. The seeds for Dubai's post-pearl success were largely laid by Sheikh Rashid II, the emir from 1958 to 1990, during whose reign the city's population grew from 40,000 to over 400,000. The Sheikh envisioned Dubai as being the urban connector between his region and the world, and he tried to achieve that end by investing heavily in infrastructure. He dredged Dubai's creek and then built a bridge across it. He built Dubai's first airport, and despite British skepticism, enlarged it to allow jet airplanes in 1965. He opened Port Rashid, named for himself, of course, in 1972, and then the Jebel Ali port 7 years later. Jebel Ali is supposedly the largest man-made harbor in the world. The Jebel Ali port was joined by the Jebel Ali Free Zone 6 years later. Free zones provide lightly taxed and lightly regulated regions to attract international firms and industries. In a sense, they provide business-friendly legal infrastructure to match the region's business-friendly physical infrastructure. Betting big on physical infrastructure can easily go awry, and Sheikh Rashid's early investments surely seemed like big gambles. Today's investments also have real downside risk. But the Sheikh's gambles paid off well. As he put it, "My grandfather rode a camel, my father rode a camel, I drive a Mercedes." And his success owed a lot to oil. The oil wealth of neighboring Abu Dhabi had been discovered in the 1950s, just before Sheikh Rashid began his reign. Dubai didn't yet have its own oil, but the Sheikh grasped how Dubai could get rich shipping the oil of others, serving as the region's conduit to the outside world. Dubai's own oil was discovered in 1965, but much of that wealth was plowed back into building the city. Sheikh Rashid was convinced that without investing in the city, his grandson would end up riding a camel like his forebears. While some of the sheikdoms prefer to remain more conservative and closed, Dubai has been relatively open to the outside world and keenly aware of its need to attract outside talent. More than 80% of the city's inhabitants are immigrants, above all from India, and they are there not just because of the oil. The failings of India's legal and physical infrastructure and the easy air travel to well-managed Dubai makes Dubai an attractive place to do business. You can certainly meet professionals in Mumbai who spend their weeks working in the Emirates and come home to their families on the weekend. Dubai's recent building burst has captured the imagination of the world. The world's tallest skyscraper, the Burj Khalifa, the world's third tallest hotel, the Burj Al Arab, which sits on a man-made island, the first of 3 that are meant to be built, and the world's second largest shopping mall. In a sense, Dubai's great building boom can be seen as an attempt to keep winning in the global contest to attract human capital. Dubai first made itself a good place to work. Now its shopping malls and skyscrapers and its dolphinarium can be seen as an attempt to create a consumer city as well, a place that is fun as well as productive. When talent is global, investing in quality of life is an economic development strategy. One mantra is that cities should attract and train smart people and then get out of their way. But has Dubai invested too much? Certainly there were rough years in the Great Recession. Dubai had to turn to its oil-rich friends in Abu Dhabi for support. The emirate is again running a deficit in 2017. Aggressive infrastructure investment always runs the risk of building too much too soon. Things seem to have stabilized, but I'd caution against any city taking the lesson of Dubai to be that cities must have the snazziest, most over-the-top, most extreme physical infrastructure. The right lesson, the deeper lesson, is that Dubai has long recognized that it must attract outside talent to succeed, and that is true for all cities. Human capital, educated at home and imported from abroad, is the real recipe for long-run urban success. and infrastructure only makes sense when it empowers and brings value to the humanity that is the real city.